everyone, this is Akshay Reddy Penaka from Dallas. I'm an entrepreneur. I take care of my business is event management. We bring Indian artists from, we fly them to US and do the concerts here. So that's us. That's what we do.
Okay, so Akshay, initially what did you study in college?
I've done my bachelor's in finance and banking.
What made you take that leap from finance to business?
Okay, so this was all of a sudden. I was working as a CPA in Oklahoma. So one fine weekend, me and my friends came to Dallas to participate in one of the concerts. In that particular concert, the concert was about an artist came from India. He was performing there. With the response from the crowd, I thought, like, why can't we do, like, why can't I do the same way? And then we came up with the same thing, but we did it in a better way, and the response was huge. That's how we got into this business.
So did you quit your job before starting or after starting the business?
After starting the business.
Okay.
Like, on the day of my first show, 2 days after that, I quit my job.
Okay, wow, 2 days after. Okay. So take me through the step-by-step process of planning one of your shows.
Okay, so it depends on what kind of show we're doing it. Like, if we have a certain artist, like a band, for example, our first show took us 3 months of hard work, the background work, like starting from production, and bringing the artists, flying them, taking care of the accommodations, promotions, and post the show promotions, and all this stuff took around 3 months for my first show. But whereas for our second show, it was non-artist based. It was only theme. It was themed for Sankranti, Indian, very known Indian festival. So we bought that theme and we did our second show, and we did it in span of 2 weeks. So it depends from show to show. If that show requires more work up before the thing, we're gonna take a long shot. If not, we're gonna do it in close.
How do you manage a big team when it comes to producing these events?
Okay, so I don't micromanage. I just trust people, and so far I've been lucky. They were doing an excellent job.
What's one thing you wish you would have done differently throughout or so far?
Wish I would have done differently.
Yeah.
I don't have any regrets. I think I'm doing good.
Okay. So what's been the biggest obstacle in starting this business so far?
In the business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dealing with the visas of the artists, that's a huge task, because our business is like, it is concentrated on the Telugu artists, bringing from back India to US. So dealing with the visas and planning is the biggest task.
And what's been a personal obstacle throughout this business?
For my first show, the money, like, the investment. So all my savings I've invested into this, but God was like, he helped me to get through this.
So when did you get to know about Akshay's new business?
I think after he was very deep into that business. So technically the plan was for him to complete his bachelor's and quite immediately the MBA. But for some reason he didn't want to do his MBA. And he joined a job, I guess, and then he quit it. We didn't know about it. He started a business, and I think he started a couple of businesses. Yeah,
What's one thing that you would like to tell other aspiring entrepreneurs?
Do what you think and believe in you, you'll get it done.
Okay, thank you.
is Ilavarasi. Today, Vikashini is interviewing me about how I start this business, and she asked me a lot of questions. I'll try to cover all the things now. Okay, so basically, I'm a computer engineer. I finished my engineering in 1998. After my engineering, I was working as a professor. Lecturer, I should not say professor, lecturer in a college for 2 years. The reason why I choose to do lecturer job is I am basically from a place called Madurai in Tamil Nadu. During that time, software industry is mostly in Chennai city or Bangalore city, so I don't want to go away from my parents, so I selected to do lecturer job that was mostly available in that area. After I finished my 2 years, I was worked as a lecturer. I really liked that job. At any point of time, I would go back and do the same job. It is really very fulfilling job for me. Later, I got married to my husband. I moved to US. Then it's all the family work that I did, and I did few software courses. I am an Oracle DBA also. I did a certification course, and I did a few projects when I was in US. After I returned back to India in 2007, I always wanted to do something on my own, but I don't know what I am going to do. That was a big puzzle, so I wanted to again join into software industry, or going back to teaching, or starting my own children play area kind of thing. There are so many ideas that I had at that point of time. The main idea is I want to do something on my own. I want to feel like I can use my time, use my knowledge, everything to do something good, whatever is possible. But I really don't know what I can do. And I also, my hands are full with 2 kids. They are very small. I have to take care of them. But then this question is always haunting me that I have to do something. I can't just be a mom. I had to do something. So at that point of time, then it was I was actually wanted to do news reading. That is also one of my passion. And I went for a couple of courses for news reading as well. Usually why I'm saying all this is everybody has so many different ideas when we wanted to do something in so many different areas, but what we end up is something it's not in our hands. You always have to keep your options open, think all the things that you can possibly do, and but this profession that I am doing, I am actually into service industry, where I do service department in Chennai city. I used to run in Madurai city as well, but due to Corona, the expansion is now limited. Now I am doing only in Madurai city. So how it is all started is when I moved back to India in 2007. These questions and all that options, I keep thinking about all that. And since I moved back from US, couple of my friends back in US, that is the time Chennai city is booming with all this housing development, and everybody is keep buying flats and apartments and houses here. And since I moved back, most of my friends call me and tell me, go please check my house. Today is the key handing over. My parents are very old. Can you do this for me? So I started doing this kind of services for them, and they will ask me to do interior work for them. Then I do interior work. Then they ask me to do, please find a tenant for me. Then one by one, I learned all these things, which I really have no idea how this industry works. Then I came to know if there is a house that is being built, and that is somebody is putting their hard work and their everything into a house, because they think that is that is kind of a safe box for them, and they need a person to rely on to take care of that property. So there I played a key role for them, and which I really like that, because I work in my own timings, and I'm being very useful to somebody, and I'm being open and trustful, and all that combo worked very well for me and my friends. And during that, when finding a tenant, and I came to know there are companies who are looking for this kind of accommodations. Then I tried to fill the gap. I I took the property for rent from my friends, and then I run as a corporate guest house for companies. That's how this all started. Then once there is one or two corporates signed up, there are multiple corporates who are all looking for the same services. On the other side, this side there is a housing. People have a house which needs to be filled, and this side there is corporates who want a place to stay. So I bridged both the gap. That's how this all started. And so when I started it, I don't have a name for my company. When it growed like 3 to 4 houses, then we named as a company. I registered with the government, and there are a lot of legal formalities involved in this. So right now it is all GST. Back then it is service tax. So we need to file taxes, and all those things are very new. So somebody who is starting a business, probably these are the things they never think about, because when we grow up here in India, nobody, even our own parents, they won't teach us how the tax system works, or how to handle money in a very in a company way or something like that. So this is all managing all this system is kind of a new thing for me. Then from 3 houses, within 2 years we have like 50 houses in Chennai city, servicing like more than 25 companies. All are from manufacturing, Nissan, and there is what is that, the Mahindra city, there are Infosys, and a lot of companies are there. Mostly I did this in Mahindra city, which is pretty away from Chennai city. So the main thing why I grow that faster is because that area is newly developed, and the corporates are all started their companies, but there is no hotel industry there. So, but they need to stay there, and city is 50 to 60 kilometer away from Mahindra city. So the housing is all developed. So since they need the services and all that put together, when I started it, it was easy for me to grow faster, because there is nobody like a competitor for me at that time. So everything worked out well at that point of time. Later, so this is all gone well for 5 to 6 years. Then I started doing in the city also. City I am doing for a Japanese client mainly. For them I set up a corporate guest house for them. So that is also going fine. But every time there is if you are running a business, you will always see up and down. Okay, in my business also, in 2005, 2007, I think 2007 I came, 2009 I started it, and 2013 it was in a peak time, and 2015, 16, then I see a downfall, because there are a lot of companies like they are closing or they are going back because of our local government policies have changed. Nissan is completely closed most of its production unit here in India. So like at a time there are 20 Japanese who are staying in my apartment. So it was a very difficult time for me, because I have to close all the houses. Suddenly all the income is stopped. But then housing unit don't work in that way. We have to give a notice period, and we have to close all that. So that was really a difficult period for me. And slowly, one by one, all the corporates are moved to Oragadam and what is that? Andhra side. They moved to Andhra side. So they started having their plants over there, and I even thought of going there and starting the same service, same corporate guest house setup there, but it was too away from the city, and I'm not able to do that at point. So that was a downfall. Then I was thinking what to do next. So next we started the concept of service apartment. So initially it was only a corporate guest house. Okay. It was a big struggling period for me, because everything has to be closed, and again starting point. I don't know. There are few houses were still running, but it is not in a big scale of how I did. Then we were thinking what to do next. Then even during that the previous time also, when I do my corporate guest house, I now and then I used to hear about the service department concept that was very big in Bangalore city but not in Chennai city. Then I thought, okay, we will do something like that because we know how to manage house and how to manage the guest, so we can do something like that. And but I don't have any clue how it works on a daily basis, because whatever I did previously is either a corporate sign up for a year lease or something like that. So this is on a daily basis, we have to do all the work. So this is a very new for me. Whether it will work out fine, all that is again new. But one thing is, we always have to take a risk to unknown areas. We have to do things. So with that gut feeling, I was searching for houses to do service department. Then luckily I got 2 properties, and one by one I rented that and started the service department without knowing what is ahead of me, what is the path ahead of me. Then slowly I learned a lot of things in this business also. It is so far it is going good. So in this comparing to corporate guest house and the service department, it's a daily different varieties of guests that I am meeting. Previously it is only I'm going and meeting corporate companies, explaining what I do and then getting their contract. And so here and also because of that computer that system online marketing that we can do here right now, that is also developed over the period of time. When I was doing my corporate girls, there was one fine day people were talking about WhatsApp, and I wasn't really aware of what is WhatsApp. And then WhatsApp played a key role even today in my business. Everything is shared every day. Any pictures, any problems, everything is shared through WhatsApp. So it's really very easy to run the business right now. With this WhatsApp, we can communicate very easily to multiple people. And so learning all that changes in the development in computer industry, that also helps us. So now we are in all online portal. So how to set up an online, how to connect with this Make My Trip and all that OTAs. So it is not just that I have to go and knock each and every company. It is I can sit and I can say that it is there, and people started booking. And the only thing what I understand right now is, if you do the service good, people will come. So the business will go well in any service industry. Anything, let's say it's a food industry or anywhere, it's a service that I'm offering to another person. So if I do good service, and I can get good clients. So
can you explain a little bit more about what a service department is?
Okay. So service department is more like a hotel, but when somebody is booking a hotel to stay away from their home, so it's just a single room that they offer you, and then there's a common sit out like that. But in a service department, it's more like your own home. You come, and then you will have a living area, you will have a dining area, you will have a kitchen also. So people can come, they can cook, and everything is available here. It's more like a home. So it's a homely place to stay, home away from home. But hotel is a place just for you to just go stay and then come out. So we want to make sure it is more like a coming back home kind of a thing. So we want to give that kind of a feeling. So we make it everything personalized here. So yeah, all of our guests, there is a guest yesterday who came here, and he booked a room here. His daughter's, his wife's, what is it, Seemandam, English baby shower was happened here 3 years ago, and yesterday the parents are coming back again to send the kid for a first day school. Okay, so that was really a good feeling. So the parents are staying in Kerala, so they come for very good now and then. The delivery they came, and then again now the very first day for school they came. So that kind of a connection that I get with the clients, and when they come back again and they say, when we think about Chennai, we always think we have a home, and our home is in Kolam, and that kind of a feeling can be given in a service department, because it's like their own home. Once they go inside the house, they get everything, like a living area, dining area. They can sit again like their own home. But they get it for a period of 1 day, 2 day, weekly. All those things are possible in service department.
So in your business journey, is there something that you wish that you would have done differently?
So so making it big, that's an opportunity to scale up my business, and I even got the opportunity to scale it up, but I didn't venture into it. The reason is I always wanted. I have to put more of my time into business. I already putting a lot of time into my business, and going out of the city and going to a different state. All that would have made my company much bigger, but I wanted to be available for my kids and family. So thinking about all that, I always kept it very small.
What's a piece of advice you would like to share to like upcoming entrepreneurs or people interested in getting into business?
Okay. So if being an entrepreneur is something everybody is dreamed about. Everybody wants to do something on their own. When somebody wants to do something on their own, then they feel that they can contribute to the society, right? They can contribute something. Like you are a designer, then you think that you can design good clothes for somebody, or like you have a skill, you have something to offer. Then, but the only thing is there are a few things, like you need to have an investment. There is some business need a lot of investment. Like if you're going to production and manufacturing and things like that, you may need a heavy investment. I don't know that sector, but for any business you need an investment. So investment is one thing that many people is not getting into the entrepreneurship side. And another thing, other than that, if you have a will, if you really wanted to do something, and even that investment part will also come to you. So you need to have to listen to your heart that you can do, and this is something that is available. You have to keep an open eye for around you, what's happening, because even something that you want to do, there are something new things also available which you can do. Like in my case, this is something which I am not aware of, but I am able to tap into that business because that was available at that point of time. So keep your eyes open and listen to your guts, and and put your hard work, and then everything will fall in place.
So can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Rebecca, and I'm from Chennai. I run a brand called Vurve, and this is a hair and beauty salon. We are located in Chennai, Bangalore, and Cochin. We have 11 salons as of now, and we are on the expansion mode.
So where did this business start from?
So just to begin with, I have an engineering background, so that's what I studied. I wanted the big dream of going to the US. That was always my dream. So did my electrical engineering, and unfortunately after I finished engineering, there was the .com burst and everything. There were no jobs, and then I had to find a job back in Chennai, and got into the ITES sector, which is into banking, and then went into insurance. So worked in the corporate for about 10 years, had a good experience, got into the managerial sector of things more than the technical aspects, so completely switched away from engineering. but totally loved it because working with people, working alongside them really gave me a kick. We did not plan to do anything with respect to business, didn't even have that idea. But one of the things that I did observe, I think, was as I grew, I came from a place where salons were behind curtains, and that was the way how salons were run in India. And when I started working, there was this whole buzz about a beauty salon with funky hairdressers and good service. So when I went there, I really loved and enjoyed the whole experience, and that was my first memory of the salon industry, and I just started visiting, and I did like the whole aspect of it. So I think that was where it just started. 6-7 years later, if you ask me if I had the passion to get into this, no. So in 2010, unfortunately, my brother and I had to take care of my father, who was unwell, and we knew that it was his last stage, so we decided to spend all this time with him. So we didn't want to get back to work, so we were thinking of doing something so we could spend enough time. So we thought business was an easy route when compared to an IT job. So we thought, and especially myself, because I just had given birth, so I wanted to just get out of the corporate world and just wanted to do something for a couple of hours. That's what I thought. And when we spoke about options of what to do, we had either Nilgiris, which is the supermarket, or a salon. And we approached Naturals, which is a very big chain in India where they give out franchises for beauty salons, and that's how we began our career. And this happened in 2010. Post that, we grew with the brand, and we learned everything with respect to the salon industry from them. I still don't know how to cut hair. I don't know how to do anything technical. I just brought in my experience from whatever I did running teams and projects in the corporate sector, and I tried to corporatize whatever I could do with my little team. We opened, in 5 years, we opened about 6 salons, and we got into the luxury aspect of Naturals. They have another brand called Page 3, and that was where we learned the whole the whole nuances of luxury and what the premium and elite clients are looking at. It was quite intriguing, very interesting. More than an essential service, I could see a difference between when you go to a mid-segment salon versus a premium segment. There is a huge difference. There, you've got to get the work done. But in the premium segment in 2012, it was more about what experience are you giving, what's the skill set of the person, and so on. So it was I think it matched my personality, and I kind of got attracted to that.
So from working with other salons, what made you take that leap into starting your own business?
So coming from the corporate sector, we are not risk takers. So we wanted to divide our risk or halve our risk, but that's why we went with a brand. And I should be thankful to the brand, learned everything from them. Of course, things after a couple of years, we did not share the same view, so we had to exit. And then we thought to ourselves, we don't know anything else. This was the experience we had, and if I had to do it again, maybe I should do it on my own, and that's how my little baby Vurve was born. We didn't expect to grow, we didn't expect this kind of love at all. We just wanted to, stand on our feet and just didn't want to lose out whatever experience we actually had. So that was how we started, and we started with 2 salons of Vurve in 2015, and we went with time. We saw what the customers' point of view was, what did they like, what they didn't like. Did they like the service, did they like the skill sets, did they like the warmth that we were giving them. So from there we changed the view on our salons. So in Chennai, being from Chennai, I'm sure you're also been here a bit, we wanted to give them an international feel. So when we opened our first salon with our point of view, we wanted it to be a little Scandinavian. We wanted that industrial feel. So our first salon that we opened with our views was in Kilpauk, that would actually be our third Vurve salon, but with our whole design. So it made such a big difference. So people wanted to come in, and when they saw the salon, they wanted to come and say, okay, what is this red door? What are these? What is with the interiors? So Chennai did not experience this kind of interiors in the past. So it kind of brought in a lot of customers just to come and see the place. And obviously, it's not only important how the place looks. I am a big supporter of education. I'm a big supporter of skill set enhancement. So you will be surprised. It's just haircutting is not easy. You know, it is a skill. It's got a lot of math. It's got a lot of science. In fact, being a science graduate, I still can't understand the angles and so on. So it's pretty intense. So the people who are doing these, the stylists who are working with us, I'm sure you know their backgrounds are, they come in from, a Tamil medium or English medium, or they're coming where their backgrounds are, their parents are already from the industry. So they finish their 12th, some of them finish college, some of them discontinue, and they get into this automatically. So education is crucial. So while I was telling you, while customers come in to see the place, they should also experience great skill set. Coming in to cut their hair, they should feel confident that the person's cutting is giving them a good service. So we also added that. We've been spending a lot of time and effort and money on upgrading this team. So one of the things that I also faced was, every time you speak to any customer, they'll come here for the basic services, especially the high-end customers. So where do you go for your haircut? Oh, I went to Bombay, I went to Delhi, I traveled to Dubai for a haircut. And I wanted to break that myth. I was like, why can't we do it? Why should they travel there? And so for that, education played a huge role. And it took us about 8 years to build this team. Of course, growing as well. And I think there's no looking back now. I think we have a strong set of stylists and aestheticians, extremely knowledgeable. They know the in and out of hair, whether it's color, whether it's cuts. I think as we started growing and expanding, I think customers, their love for us, they've been loyal to us. I think that itself is enough for us to know whether we're on the right track or not.
So what's been the biggest obstacle you faced or that you're facing?
This constant obstacle that you face is, you build great hairdressers, you build a great team, and I think that's the world. You have people who don't invest money, or you have salons or chains that don't invest the same kind of money on your people, and they end up poaching your people for higher salaries. So that is an obstacle, but I think it's a good problem, because you're always on your toes. So you're always alert, you're always watchful. So you also tend to keep your people also happy. So you control your team, but it is an obstacle that I don't think it will ever die. I think in any industry, this is an obstacle. That's an obstacle. So because I come from the ITES sector, a lot of my core role was service. So what I brought to the table here was, because I don't know the skill, I brought in the managerial skill set, which is how to be customer oriented, how to, the soft skills enhancement. We played a huge role in that. I think team building, participation, that's my core strength. So this is something that we do at all salons, but we also from a skill set perspective we realize that there is a huge demand for this industry, and there aren't so many, the supply is very less. So and especially in the south, the industry, not many educated people even now allow their children to take this industry. Even you and I, we're not allowed to even look at this industry even, as an option. But I should tell you, you asked me one question about I think you asked me about the obstacle, but I wanted to tell you it is the most gratifying role, not because of the money. Because think about it, any customer who comes in, they come in feeling A, okay, and then you do something to them. They're always feeling A plus, so they're always better than how they came in. So that is the role we play, and that's what I tell my team members. you're doing something for your client where you're going to make them feel better than when they came in. So they're going to walk out feeling nice, feeling pampered, feeling better. Their energy level, their vibrations are going to be good, and you're playing that role. So how important is it for you to give that energy out? So this is something I'll tell, and I want my kids to take up this industry. I don't think they will, I don't know, but compared to a doctor or where you're always listening to people who are sick or unwell, here you're always making somebody feel good, and they go feeling more. When you have a haircut, you're always smiling, you feel you look good, and that is so satisfying. And though we spoke about the obstacle, I wanted to say that this is one of the things that keeps me going. Yeah, this is my motivation. Else I would have got bored and I would have wanted to change the industry.
So what's an experience that has helped you grow, or what's an experience that has taught you something valuable?
So I need to mention that I have to mention my dad, because some of the good things that he taught me, or taught both myself and my brother, we are all partners in this business, is to be honest, never bounce a check. Okay, even if you owe people money which he didn't like, actually, so credit cards and things which he didn't like, he always wanted us to be free of any debt. But in business, you need to take loans to grow, and that's how it is. So some of the experiences I learned was, I think being honest helped me to grow. These principles, whatever I learned from our parents, what we learned from our parents, if we follow it, you may grow slower, but your outcome will be even more efficient. So I would say being honest helped us help the business. It also had its minuses. So this is what I will take as a very valuable lesson. Be honest to yourself, be honest to your customer, be honest to your staff. I think that is probably some of the things that I take away.
So what's a piece of advice you would like to give aspiring entrepreneurs?
I would say, this happened by chance. Becoming an entrepreneur happened by chance. Those who want to, who are aspiring, have a goal in mind, keep that goal and go for that goal. Whatever you're keeping as a goal in mind, whether it's money, whether it's fame, whether it's power, but be patient. Most people, while they're running the race, they leave it midway because they are impatient. So it took me 13 years to reach where I am today with just business, and I'm 43 today. So I would say a lot of people are getting into business. They want to do something on their own. They want to be the change. They want to be the influence. And there is place for everybody. But just be patient. And yeah.
Discovering these stories of Indian entrepreneurs has opened my eyes to a world of innovation and creativity shaped through culture. From small villages to high-tech cities, these dreamers show that with passion, anything is possible. I'm inspired to carry this spirit with me as I continue to travel to India and learn more about the entrepreneurial world there, especially with female entrepreneurs. My journey has just begun, and I can't wait to see where it takes me. And don't worry, I'll keep you guys updated as well.